All right. If you're just joining, child's pose is the offering to start. Feel free to put your body in whatever shape feels good. But if you're choosing that child's pose, you're just gonna let your knees come down. As always, if you want a pillow or a blanket, extra padding, you can go ahead and grab something. And then let your hips sink back. And so that connection maybe starts first hips to heels, but you might find as you walk your hands forward and rest your forehead, you might have to pick the hips up in order to let your forehead touch down. That's beautiful. And you want to really be able to ground that space right between your eyebrows. And so once you do feel settled in that child's pose, maybe you feel like it would be more productive for your hips if you walked your knees out a little wider. Right? That might give you a little bit more space to sink your tailbone, to open up through the hips. And just a few moments in this stillness, starting to feel what sensations come up for your body as you kind of open the hips a little, the shoulders, the spine is nice and long. We're just going to help to really feel the breath here. Drag it in through your nose and then send it out through your nose. Again, this long, deep breath in, fuller than before. Drag it across the back of your throat and then send it out through your nose. Good. Like you're trying to fog up a mirror. Do it one more time. Big inhale. Big exhale through the nose. And then keep your forehead grounded, but start to tent your fingers. Right? So you press into the pads of your fingers, your palms lift up, and your elbows lift up. So there's a little bit more space here for your triceps, for your shoulders. And then walk these fingers just over to the left. Take a big side stretch. Keep that right hip really drawing back. And then walk it back through the middle. And take it the other direction. Nice long stretch for that left side as your fingers go to the right. And you come back through the middle and just start to peel yourself right up into your tabletop. And you can stay facing the front. I'm just going to turn to face you. And you're going to find a little bit of movement here, a little cat-cow, right? Pressing and rounding. Noticing the upper back, the shoulders, the torso, the hips. And you'll start to just come into a neutral spine. You're going to start to pick up your right knee out to the side. And I always call this dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And so lift that knee. And then take your left hand right behind your ear like you're going to do a crunch. And just feel the stability here through your core. I can't get enough of this move lately, so we're doing it again. You're going to really lift and then close this in towards center, elbow and knee crunch in the middle. Then out, lateral, pull the knee and elbow up, and then crunch them in. Just two more. Lift it out. Exhale, draw it in. Good, lift it out. Pause here, lift it, and kick your right leg out. Land the inner sole of your foot. You're gonna lift up through the left arm, and then take a little thread of the arm underneath, right between the right hand and hip. Dropping the shoulder, the cheek. Just feel a stretch for the upper back, a little twist, a little stretch for the inner thigh of the right leg, especially if you press your hips back. And come back up, big inhale. One more time this side, exhale. Good, back up with the breath in. Then land the hand, reset your right knee, and then peel the left knee out. Lift it like you're about to pee, and then your right hand up to your ear. Crunch these guys in together. Out, breath in. Exhale, crunch in center. Out. Two more. Now the next time you lift up and out, hold it, squeeze it, feel that lift, and then just take that left foot, kick it straight out to the left. Open your right arm. Take that hand, thread it under your body, over toward the left foot. Your cheek, your shoulder, they rest down. Explore this space. One more big breath. And use your inhale, lift it back up. One more time, thread it through. Good, inhale, lift it up. Reset your tabletop. Come back to that rectangle on your mat. Maybe a couple sways and cat-cows. Start to tuck your toes and send your hips high. You're in your downward facing dog. Big breath in and send it out through your nose. And maybe right away there's a roll forward to the top of your plank so you can adjust your heels, your hands, and then shift back up. You start to peel your right leg up to the sky. Heel lifts. You get a little stretch here for the backs of your thighs. And really press the weight back. And then draw your knee forward in towards your nose. And kick it back up. Squeeze your right glute. Pull your knee in towards your nose. And then look to your right thumb. Plant your foot down right next to your thumb. And drop your back knee. You might untuck your toes. And you're going to start to walk the hands up to your thigh and then all the way up overhead. A big stretch. And you want to keep a lot of length through your spine. Squeeze your left glute. Shift your hips forward. And then take your hands to your heart. Now with this long spine, twist, hooking your right elbow across. Nope, that's your left elbow. Left elbow across your right thigh. And just take a little deep spinal twist here. Now you'll unravel, arms will come back up, stretch it up, and then look towards your right foot. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and step your back foot forward, folding at the top of your mat. A little sway might feel really nice here. Softness through your neck, your shoulders. And then start to roll all the way up to stand. Let your arms sweep up high. Hands find your heart as you breathe out. Big inhale, arms rise. Open twist, send your right hand forward, your left hand back. Right, so really keep your hip bones facing forward, but you recruit those core muscles to turn your body. Now your back left hand, as you come forward, is gonna thread under elbow, under other elbow. Bend your elbows, point your fingers up. If you can get your palms to touch, great. If this doesn't feel good, just hug your shoulders or kiss your forearms, right? So you've got those eagle arms. Open into a little back bend. And then hinge slowly with your bind. Fold nice and heavy. Notice that extra weight from the arms. Unwind, halfway lift. Exhale, hands go down. Feet step back. Shift forward on your toes. Elbows bend, hug in. And then up dog, heart pulls forward. Tuck your toes, down dog. Big exhale. And it's your left foot this time. Left leg, pick it up. Knee to your nose. Kick it back up. Knee pulls in towards your nose. Plant it next to your left thumb. Back knee drops down. You walk the hands to the thigh and overhead. Stretch. Squeeze your right glute. Shift your hips forward. Keep the long spine. Hands to your heart. Twist. Right elbow across your left thigh. And see if your palms can come closer to the middle of your chest by deepening your twist. And unwind. Arms come back up. And then look down at your left foot. Plant your fingers. Tuck your toes so that you can step your right foot forward and fold at the top of your mat. In breath, rise up, arms up, hands to the heart, exhale. Big breath in, arms come up. Left hand starts to reach forward as you take an open twist. Right hand goes back. Hip bones forward, turning your body from the base of your ribs. Back, right hand, thread it under the left, elbow under elbow. They bend, fingers point up, maybe palms touch. Same options, forearms or a hug. Lift the elbows higher, take a little back bend, And then slow motion, fold down, drape over your legs with the bind. Feel that bit of extra weight to open your back. And then unwind, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands down, feet back. Shifting to that low push-up. Upward facing, breath in. Take it back, downward facing, breath out. And in through your nose, and out through your nose. Looking forward, step or hop both feet right to the top of your mat. Roll up to stand. Hands to your heart. Just a big breath in to lift, to open. Exhale to fold your body. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, hands go down. Feet step or shoot back, that high to low. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, big breath out. And just resetting that breath. You feel all this heat that you've already started building through your body, through your muscles. And you're gonna start to look forward. Now we're gonna end up in a yogi squat at the top of your mat. So you might jump your feet wider than your hands, or you might just take a big old step, feet to the outside of your hands. Hips stay low, hands find your heart. And so imagine your elbows weren't there. Could you still actively press your knees away from each other, all while squeezing your glutes to lift your body up? Chest is proud. Now, whatever grounded here, whether it's your heels or the balls of your feet, press down into the earth and lift up. Little back bend, little squeeze for the booty, and then come back down, right where you came from. 2 more, just like that. Drive up, reach open, and then lower back. 1 more time. Exhale, sink it down. Okay, now pause in that yogi squat. You're gonna land your hands, and you're gonna just step your left foot back. So you're in sort of this lizard lunge right at the top of your mat. You take a breath here, gonna feel that front hip open up a little bit, and then really engage your core. Come just to your fingertips and start to lift your arms. So you're here in a high lunge. Right? Still nice deep bend in that front leg. Really squeezing and activating your back leg and keeping the length here. Hands find your heart. You're gonna take a twist. Left elbow hooks your right thigh. Right? This should feel familiar. You did this with your back knee grounded. Same nice deep twist, palms towards your heart center. And as you come out of this, back heel will drop as your front leg lengthens. Grab your right wrist and pull it back for a sky archer. Right, so you've got these kind of triangle legs set up. Right toes forward, left toes out, and a big old stretch for the whole right side. And really open up the side waist, the armpit, and then start to release your right hand so it can reach forward, forward, forward. Maybe it comes past your front toes and then lands. Open up your top arm even more for your triangle shape. You're peeling the heart open, driving down into the big toe mound of your right foot, outer edge of your back foot. And that bottom hand, it's not holding you up, just a little support point. You're gonna reach your top left hand back towards your left foot, swoop it down in front of you, let it catch a hold of your right wrist and pull you back into that sky archer shape. This time, we're gonna take this into a revolved triangle. So you'll turn your body toward your right leg. Let your left hand reach, maybe outside of the foot or inside, block. And your right hand reaches up and open. And so you've got a little twisting triangle. You breathe right into it. Now to come out of this, you're gonna bring both hands back to your heart. Press into your front foot, little micro bend to help you. Ball of your back foot helps launch you up, tree pose. And so you'll start to really bring that sole of the left foot and ground it somewhere on the right leg. Hands to the heart, or you might start to bring them back behind you. Interlace the fingers and draw the knuckles down and back. And so just opening the heart a little bit more. And take another big breath. And as you exhale, landing right in that malasana, that yogi squat, right back at the top of your mat. And so breathe here, reset. We're gonna stand up and lower down 3 times. Squeeze everything to lift up, and then exhale, yogi squat. Big breath in, rise, use those legs, and sink it. Last time. Yes, get nice and low. Let your hands come down. Your left foot will stay forward, but your right toes will step back. And so you've got a little space here for the hips. We're gonna turn this into a high lunge. So really keep that front left foot grounded, engage your core, peel your arms up. Right, you're in your high lunge shape. Left hip is drawing back. Right leg is super strong. Lifting through the heart. Keep your spine long, hands to the heart. Take a twist. Hook here, that right elbow, twist it across your left thigh. Feel that depth of the twist as you wring out your guts. You've got that sky arch your next, back heel drops. You take a hold of the left wrist and rise on up. Big old stretch for the left side. You make sure your left toes are forward, right toes out toward the long edge of your mat. And then release your left hand so it can go forward, forward, forward. Triangle shape. Peel that top hand up. Keep dragging those hips under you. Bottom hand just to support, not holding you up. And take your top hand, reach it toward the back, swoop it in front of you to catch your front left wrist, drag it back, sky archer. Now get ready to turn this into that revolved, twisting triangle. You'll turn your body towards your front left leg, release your right hand in or outside of the foot, and then peel that left arm up, right? Good stuff happening for that outer hip, the thigh. Keep breathing. This is no one's favorite shape. Give yourself another breath right here. You're gonna come back towards center. Little micro bend in that front knee. Back foot helps. Tree pose. Use the core to come on up, and you plant that right foot to the inner thigh, to the calf as a kickstand, right? Maybe the hands come behind you. Interlace those fingers, drag the knuckles down. Hug the shoulder blades together. Landing soft in that yogi squat. Top of your mat. Hips heavy. And you breathe right here. Give yourself another big breath. Hands down, left foot steps back. High lunge, you breathe in. Hands to the heart, and you twist, breath out. Sky archer, breathe in, lift up. Triangle, exhale. Reaching back and then forward to grab the right wrist. Sky archer. Twisting triangle, turn toward the right leg. Left hand reaches down, right arm is lifted. Tree pose, breath in, bring it up. Yogi squat, breath out. Land it, hands down, right foot steps back. High lunge, arms up. Hands to the heart, twist. Sky archer, breath in, lengthen everything. Tip forward, triangle, exhale. Reach your top hand back and then forward, grab the left wrist. Take it up, sky archer. Twisting triangle, exhale. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches. Take this right into your tree. Breath in, back foot lifts and lands. You're gonna land this right down into your yogi squat. And you're gonna remember what that tree pose looks like. Hands come down, feet step back. Roll your heels to the right. Lift your left arm. You're in a side plank. Right away, bottom knee can drop. If you can, either with that bottom knee up or down, lift your top leg and turn this into a tree, a side plank. Hey, keep lifting the hips. Now, if you've got this, maybe keep the legs exactly the same. Or just roll to the top of your push-up with both feet or knees. You've got 3 push-ups, down and up. Hold it at the top, step to your plank. Heels drop to the left, right arm lifts. You're in a side plank, maybe bottom knee is down, maybe top leg starts to lift. Bend it into that tree, side plank. Now, however you find push-ups, you might roll with these same legs, 3 push-ups. Last one. Top of your push-up, pause. Breathe and hold. Now you're in your plank. You might find that little rock if it feels good, or you're just here to hold. Last 4, 3, 2, heels go over to the right. Last time, it's just that side plank or that tree side plank. A single push-up through center. Back to the plank. Roll it to the left. Lift the top leg. If you'd like a tree plank, back to center. Single push-up to the top of your push-up and pause here. 4, 3, I know, 2, charge into those triceps. Next exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Pause here. Now we're gonna take just one belly back bend, a little locust pose. If you'd like to reach your hands back, they may interlace at your low back, or you might just reach the hands like airplane wings. And so find your variation for your arms. Start by really pressing down into the toenails and the hip bones, and lift through your heart. Draw your arms back to lift open through your collarbones. Neck stays really long. Now, if you want to lift the legs as well, squeeze the thighs together and draw everything up and long. And give yourself just a few rounds of breath. Let it flow. And one more big breath in. Use your exhale to lower back down. You release your palms. Fingertips come right underneath the tops of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Maybe one long line brings you back up to the top of your push-up. And however you get back to down dog, all you. And give yourself a big breath in and a long breath out. And now starting to lift your right leg. Peel it up. Drag the knee forward towards your nose. And then plant your foot down. And so you set up this foundation here. You're in this low lunge. Your front right foot will take all of your weight. Your arms are going to reach forward, and you propel yourself up into a warrior 3. Lift your back toes. Right? So you're just balancing on that front right foot. Body looks like a capital letter T. Find a lot of length. And then exhale, crunch your elbows and your back left knee in towards your chest. Keep this little crunchy ball and roll everything up to stand. Knees come up, well, that one knee, and your arms, and you're in a high karate. Start to turn your knee out, land your ankle on your left thigh, and sink into a figure 4. It's just pausing here. You get a little bit lower in that right hip by bending the right knee, dragging the booty back, and really stretch that left hip. Now your fingers are going to take a hold of your left big toe or knee. And as you come on up, you'll straighten your right knee and then maybe open the left knee out, bent or straight. It's just going to start to reach out toward the left. Now, if you've got the leg extended, bend the knee like a little chicken wing And just help assist it out wide so that you're in your goddess squat, facing the very top of your mat. You just pause here, let's get some tunes, sink a little lower, right? So really feel your thighs, your booty, and you sink a little bit lower. And then reach your arms forward. You're gonna start to take your right arm, thread it under your left. Elbow under elbow, elbows bend, fingers point up. Maybe your right hand touches the inside of your left hand. So you've got these eagle arms. Can you lift the elbows up? Now keep this length in your spine. Take your fingers, reach them toward your front right heel, graze the floor, towards your left heel, and back to the goddess with the eagle arms. One more time that direction. And then change direction, two that start toward the back and go forward. Last one, my loves. You've got it. Awesome. Keep the arms. Turn toward the back. Left foot is grounded. Right knee comes up. Set up your full eagle. Wrap thigh over. Maybe toes behind calf. Sink your booty. Elbows up. Heart lifted. Now as you release this squishy, bound up shape, arms come up, right knee comes up. You're gonna take your right foot, your left hand, swing them both back, land your right toes, and find an exalted warrior. Your left hand might come behind your back. But really press the hips forward, reach long through the right arm. And then take your top arm, wrap it behind you, interlace your fingers, drop your back heel, humble warrior. Exhale, shoulder to the inner thigh, relax your neck. Now you've got two options for your half moon. You might release the hands so that your left fingers come forward as another support point, or you might keep the bind. Shift the weight into your left foot and roll yourself out like a side plank with a bind. If that doesn't feel good, release your bottom hand. Use it as a support, right? Whatever half moon looks like for you. You get another big breath in. And you're gonna land that yogi squat. You've been there, you've seen it. Feet come forward, booty goes down. Option to play with a little crow pose. Hands come down. You find your tip toes, maybe walk them closer together. Knees and triceps meet. Hands are grounded. Today maybe it looks like a seesaw. Play with weight in the hands and engaging your core. Maybe the toes touch back behind you. Whenever you're done playing around with it, step back, shoot back. You've got a high to low push-up. Up dog. Home to down dog. Big exhale. Breath in through your nose. Breath out through the nose. Left foot heels up. Your knee draws forward. Round your spine, plant your foot. Start to reach your arms long and take flight. Warrior three. Balance on the left foot. Reach everything super long and then crunch. Knee and elbow together under your torso and then roll this straight up. Knee points to the sky, arms reach up. Figure four. Ankle hooks. You sink nice and low. Really feel the right booty. Get lower in that left hip. Weight is in the heel. Now again, knee or big toe. Use your right hand to grip something. Stand up and send the knee out. Bent or straight, somewhere in between. Bend the knee. Help yourself right out wide to a goddess. Sink it low. Get a little lower. Now you're grounded after all those balancing shapes. So let yourself feel solid and grounded here. Even if it's burning your legs, you're here. Arms reach forward. Left hand goes under elbow, elbows bend, fingers up. See if you can touch the right palm. Lift a little bit higher through those elbows. Open your upper back. Take the swoop toward the back. And then forward. Take your sweet time. You've got 2 more. They're going to the front. And then to the back. Last time. Oh, you come up. Keep the bind. Turn to the top. Right foot is grounded. Left knee rises. Wrap thigh over. Toes maybe behind the calf. Elbows lift. Booty is low. Continue to breathe. This pose is designed to constrict all of your joints, to squeeze everything. So feel the squeeze. You'll release, you'll come up. Knee lift, arms lift. Right hand, left toes. Swoop back, ground your left toes. Reach your left arm high, right arm behind your back. Here you are, exalted warrior. Drop your back heel. Interlace your hands at your low back. Chest puffs. Hinge forward. Knee to the inner thigh. Take your humble warrior. Soften up. Now same actions for your half moon. You might just take the right fingers forward. Use them as help. Or you might shift with the bind and challenge yourself here to roll open into that bound half moon. Breathe. When you're ready to come out, yogi squat, top of your mat. Ooh, Nelly, you're here. You're grounded again. Decide maybe to take your hands down and try a little crow pose. Set it up, toes. Maybe you even stand on a block for a little more height. Tailbone reaches up, knees and elbows are attached, triceps are on, and you hinge into the hands. Use your fingertips, keep your heart lifted, gaze lifted, and start to peel a toe at a time. I feel the belly work. It's all core. When you're ready, when you're over it, it's a big step back, shoot back, high to low, up dog, downward facing. Pausing here, resetting your breath. If that looks more like a tabletop to reset, gorgeous. And you've got a few breaths. Feel it. And from your down dog, you're just gonna look forward. Step or hop your feet to the top. And just take a little heavy forward fold. Soften the neck. Find just a little bit more ease through the spine. And then slowly, you're gonna start to roll your body up to stand. Arms can reach up. Hands come to the heart. And just find a little bit more space here. Big breath in. And then just fold your body. Now keep your right hand down. Open your left arm. Now you might notice your right knee can bend here. And you'll really pull the left hip back to stretch that side. Breathing in. Now if you want to try a little bind, top hand, turn thumb down, palm faces out as the back of your hand lands at your tailbone. Now your right hand might slide right between your feet. You'll kind of thread your elbow under your right knee and reach to find that hand behind you. As you bind up the hands, come to the tip toes of your right foot, press down into your left leg, and rise up with that little bound chicken wing. If you want to kick it out long, you might start to kick it out and you're in your bird of paradise. And give yourself one more breath and then start to come back where you came from. Release it out, shake it out, let it go. I'm gonna face you this time so you can see a different angle. Good, left hand will land. Right arm will lift. You might bend that left knee, draw the right hip way back, and open up the heart. And the top hand might come back to your lower back, palm faces out. Your left hand can walk right between your feet, elbow snugs under your knee. You point your thumb up to find the hand behind you. And so once you've got that bind, you find the tiptoes of your left foot, press into your right foot, and stand up. Bring that little chicken wing with you. Decide if you can kick it out. Whew. Okay, breathe here. Wherever you are, if you've tried it, if you've given up, if you just rose up with a leg, breathe. Come back where you came from. Release it out. Shake it out. Hands might walk just a little side to side. Now from this forward fold at the top, start to lift your heels. Find your tiptoes. Bend your knees. Sink your hips down towards your heels. And then drop your heels, tailbone to the sky, forward fold. Do that 2 more times. Shift the weight into the toes. Heels come up. Heels lower. Face to shins as you fold. Last time. Heels down. Lift the butt. And then start to roll to those toes. Start to use those hands to walk behind you and land your booty. You're sitting down. Yay. You can bring your legs out in front of you. And you're just going to bring the soles of your feet together. Press those guys together. And then how close your heels come to your body is going to change up the stretch. It's a little bit closer, more intense for the thighs. You might grab a hold of your toes and then bring your elbows forward of your shins. Keep your spine really long and just exhale into this butterfly fold. You might shake your head out, move it side to side. You might just releasing the neck, the upper back, all while lighting up the inner thighs, the outer hips, knowing that the longer you're in this shape, the more space you might be able to find, especially with that leverage of dragging yourself down, holding onto your feet. But take your time. There's no rush here. You're in this pose for a little bit longer. And to let yourself fully experience it. Soften where you can. Right? Movement might be really nice. You might stay central. It might even feel good to sort of walk the hands one way. Or you can explore this grounded shape. You've built all of this heat in your body, created this fire. And this is where you use it. Right? This is where that heat helps you to open up the rest of your body. Right? These little nooks and crannies. The most important thing is that you're still breathing, close to your breath. And even when you think you found all there is to find here, see if a big breath in can lengthen your spine even more. The exhale can just get you a little closer to the ground. Or help you let go of some tension or clenching that you didn't even realize was happening. commit to 3 more rounds of breath, whatever they look like for you. When it's time to roll up, just slowly lift your upper body. You shake out the shoulders a little bit. And then just lengthen the legs as you roll down. You might hug those knees right into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And then just letting the feet land. Maybe they're close enough to your booty. And you have 2 options. You might stay grounded through the feet, just as they are, or start to walk the feet close together. Press the soles together like that butterfly shape you were just in. Now you're going to take a bridge pose. So if you choose the outer edges of your feet, you'll press up, you'll lift, you'll squeeze. If that feels good, if it feels like it's opening you up, keep it. And if you prefer to let the knees go straight up, feet flat, take your bridge that way. Either way, you might shimmy your shoulders underneath your chest. Hands might interlace at your low back for a little bit more lift and opening. You might even find your tiptoes here. And slowly, hips start to release down. Let your spine be still for a moment. And then walking the feet out nice and wide on your mat, right to the edges. And keeping the space between your knees, just drop them over to the left. You'll notice your right knee kind of goes straight forward, left knee out to the side. Give your right butt cheek a little squeeze here to help assist that hip flexor. If your right shoulder starts to float, just adjust your spine, scooch and ground your shoulders. And one more breath here. And on the inhale, stack the knees back up, keep the space, and then just drop the knees over to the right. Again, left knee might go straight forward, right knee out to the right, shoulders heavy. And again, you might give that left booty a little clench, a little squish, so that you can open that front of your hip even more. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Really feeling the inhale. And a slow exhale. Knees can come back up. If it feels good to just drag them right up to your chest, you might take a hold of the feet, the shins, a little happy baby. Lengthening, crunching, rocking. As always, if there are other shapes or movements that your body's looking for, good place to find them. Maybe this little bit of exploration just for you. Know that when your body is ready to be still, this is your time to rest. Maybe those legs go straight out. Palms are face up by your sides. And you settle into stillness. You settle into this place where there's no effort required. You simply let go. And allow yourself to exist in this moment just as you are. Savasana. And as you remain still, take a little scan of your body with your mind's eye. Notice if there is any tension or gripping within your muscles. Just let that next exhale soften everything. The muscles of your face, your shoulders, your belly, your hips. And as you draw an awareness back to your physical body, take a big breath into your lungs, to your belly, and exhale, empty out. Little movement comes next, your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles. And eventually, small movements get a little bigger. You start to rock and roll, maybe right up into a seat. And you settle, sit up nice and tall. Eyes can stay closed even as the arms lift up overhead. Big breath to stretch up. Palms pressed together, they come down to your heart. Exhale. In celebration of all that you are becoming. Let this immense sense of gratitude wash over us for carving out this time, for being able to come together in this way. You start to lift your thumbs right up to your forehead center, your third eye. In honor of all that you are, the love, the light within you, we bow to one another and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Awesome work today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an awesome 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you next week.